you crazy motherfuckers. Let's try that again. Hey, you crazy motherfuckers. Welcome to the very first podcast of Krazy Truth. That's right, a show by the listeners, for the listeners. We are so excited to get everything kicked off and getting rolling. Obviously, you've got me here. Hi, I'm Cole. You've got the lovely, lovely Miss Amanda.
Hi.
Hey, look at that. She jumped right in, right on cue. That's awesome. So we are ready to roll. We're excited to get a chance to answer all of your questions. Obviously, we're gonna answer questions about the lifestyle, about relationships, pretty much whatever the hell you want to talk about. Hey, there's our lovely friend Ace, who sometimes comes and visits with us as well here in the world famous Casbah Studios. So most of you might have recognized or seen that before. So tonight, this is historic. Don't you agree it's historic, Miss Amanda?
It is.
And why is it historic, Miss Amanda? Why is it historic? Why? That's it. Deep throat the microphone. Go like a girl. You go. Do you know why it's historic?
I hate it when you ask me questions.
I know that. That's what makes this fun. Bless you. That's right. No, it's squared. It's historic. It's historic because we're boldly going in a whole new area and direction with our podcasts. So we're taking this to we're reaching the masses now, and that's pretty damn exciting. Whenever we reach the masses and go out there and talk to everybody all the way around. So we wanted to do a huge shout out right now to. We'll take this opportunity to shout out to our technical crew that is so patiently working with us as we newly embark on recording things other than use of a cell phone, like so many of you have seen. So we're actually using microphones and fancy equipment and stuff. It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
It is.
It is. That's what we're all about here. We're ready to roll along. So don't mind. And obviously, I'm touching things I'm not supposed to be touching anything as we go through with this. So a little bit about us while we wait to start answering your questions and talking to all of you out there.
So someone asked questions.
Yeah, so somebody asked questions. We want to hear your questions, please. But a little bit about us. We've been in lifestyle about 8 years now. We have done it all, seen it all. Probably not, maybe.
Oh, no. There's a lot of stuff we haven't seen.
But
a lot of stuff we haven't done.
But we have okay. So maybe we can make a list also of things that we need to do as well. That would always be a fun time also. So that we can take and make a list of things that we need to do. We're gonna learn some stuff as we do this podcast.
Are you sure you want to do everything?
No, not really. Actually, I'm not sure at all. But in case somebody might come up with some really good ideas for us as we go along. So we're already starting to get some folks that are saying hi, and we're excited to see you guys all that are on our live tonight as well. Yeah, I know. My tech guy's getting frustrated with me because obviously we're reaching out multiple ways here. Obviously with our podcast, we also have a huge website as well that is a lifestyle website. So we're reaching out to everybody out in the world today. So anyways, we've been around for 12 years. 12 years. No, we haven't. We've been around for 8 years. We've been around for 8 years now, and we're not, the most experienced couple in the world, but we're definitely no newbies. And we're all about trying to help people out and get their feedback for all the cool things that you can do in the lifestyle and answer questions, because we know new people have lots and lots of questions. Wouldn't you agree with that, Miss Amanda?
I think so.
Do you have any questions? We never ask each other questions. The look I'm getting right now is absolutely priceless. That's right. I'm getting that classic, that wife stare. After 26 years, I know that look really, really well.
Well, actually, I'm trying to come up with things that will totally throw you off.
Perfect. We can do that. That will make it super easy. Okay, so we have a question from Jim. What is the best way to introduce yourself to other couples you're interested in meeting after seeing them, in this case, on the Casbah Facebook page? That is an awesome question. Jim, here's the big thing. When it comes down to actually meeting other people and walking up, step one is really don't be afraid. Hey, you know what? You have to remember, everybody that is on our page, or any page for that matter, that's in the lifestyle, when they're at an event, they're there for the same reason you are. They're there to meet new people. What they want to do is they don't want to just stand and look at each other from across the room. They actually want to talk to you. So what it takes is somebody has to be the first one to make that move. And that's, if you're really interested, take the big leap of faith in the step, walk across the room, walk up, and it's real simple. Just say, hi, I'm Jim, you are, and go from there. It's all about communication. That's the way everybody wants. Once someone feels comfortable and that ice is broken, don't worry about having a big pre-planned place of where to take things. It's going to go there all on its own.
Or have a couple of drinks and that'll make it easy.
Okay, yeah, so let me rephrase that. The way it first starts is have a shot. Take a shot first. Once you've had a shot, then go up and say hi. The worst thing you can do, and we see it all the time at events, is you see two people or two couples, and they keep looking at each other across the room. And then they're like checking their phones, looking at profile. Is that really him? Is that them? Are you sure? Wait, I don't know. Maybe. And they spend hours looking at each other across the room, and no one goes ahead and takes the first step and walks up and says hi. Or they wait until they've had lots of shots, and then they walk up and they're like, yeah, hi. You totally want to say something there, don't you, Miss Amanda?
But I was waiting. I was being polite. Only because people can see you. The thing is that some people, half the time I don't know when people if you're supposed to know who they are.
Okay, so yeah, that is an excellent point. Okay, so guys, because this happens a lot to us, I will forget to communicate and tell Miss Amanda that there's this couple that's going to be at this event that we want to talk to. So you got to make sure that you communicate that, and you let your significant other know, hey, here's a couple. Show them the pictures ahead of time. This way you both know what they look like. It kind of helps to make sure everybody spots everybody. And this way everybody's comfortable before that awkward moment of walking up and meeting, and your significant other goes, 911, 911, abort. You want to make sure that everybody's on board before you start with that. Oh, hey, so, I don't know if this is a question or not. Winky puts out to us that sometimes plans go absolutely awry and just kind of live off to your plans. Okay, that's true. Sometimes it's good to not look. It's a meet and greet. It's not like a Mission Impossible situation. Okay, so sometimes it's okay to have the whole plan be, let's just go have fun and see where the chips land, shall we?
Yes.
Because when you do it that way, you know what? You'll never be disappointed if you don't have a plan of attack and it fails. There's nothing to fail if you don't have a plan, if you're just going to meet whoever. So now, let me preface that. You probably should still have some sort of a code word out there just in case, your idea of the perfect couple and your significant other's ideal of the perfect couple doesn't work out.
That goes to Allison's question.
Oh, excellent.
Which is perfect. What signals work well to tell your partner it's a no-go? Cole has this thing about flicking his nose.
It's from the sting.
He's never remembered to use it. So you're supposed to go, what? Ours was just a stare of, huh?
There's.
Or I give a pouty face behind somebody's back.
Hey, you have, that is not all that you've done.
Oh, is it?
You have also went to the bathroom and text me 911 911.
Oh, I said more than that.
So okay, yeah. So it is a good.
I think it was more of, oh hell no.
Yeah, make sure you have your phone on, because otherwise shit goes really south really fast if you don't.
That was funny.
But you should always take and have some sort of plan or some sort of communication so that people know, or not so everybody knows. Don't make it obvious. Don't be like jumping around going, hey, look, there's Miss Amanda. You know what's funny? You're currently making signals, so it looks like you're, doing catches and stuff. Don't make it like a third base sign, like you're going in for a slide, so you have to do a huge dance routine with it. Don't do that. Just try to make it pretty subtle, but make sure you both know what it's going to be in the very beginning. All right. So, hey, yeah, now we're getting snacks. This is what's awesome. This is going to be the greatest series of podcasts ever. I can already tell. All right. So this is a question. This is a question that we get all the time. Okay. And I love this question. I love this question. What if after you started chatting, then all of a sudden you're like, bad? Because obviously, hopefully, in a perfect world, you're somewhat in tune to your significant other, so you can start to see when they're going, oh, fuck, I need to get the fuck out of Dodge. But if you're not, what's a good signal to let somebody know that maybe, hey, we need to go? I can't stress it enough. The best and most important thing you need to always do, it's a great time to try to get your significant other away from the people you're talking with. Because here's the deal. If you turn and do this huge, big eye thing right in front of the people, they're probably going to know that, this is going south. So you might want to try to make it a little more subtle than that, all the way through. So this is some of our feedback.
You need something closer to your head.
No, I need better glasses. That's what I need. Okay, so Alex, she put a great comment out there. One of the best things to do is always go and have fun. Don't expect to always hook up with a couple, and don't lower your standards just to get laid. You know what? That is really, really true. Here's the deal. Okay, it is sport fucking. That is what it's all about. It's sport fucking. It's supposed to be about fun. But taking one for the team is not the way to go, okay? I promise you, nothing will make for a worse ride home after hooking up than when one of you has taken one for the team. So just have fun, communicate, make sure you and your significant other or your play partner has a plan of attack and knows what's going on a little bit. So, okay, so Gary, he just asked us, what's a good way to get over the fear of rejection? All right. Here's one thing I want everybody to keep in mind. Remember, in the lifestyle, most of us have been out of the quote-unquote dating scene for years, for a long, long time. But we all remember what that fear of when somebody comes up and goes, turns you down. And so it's really hard to overcome that. Guys, the biggest key with this is to remember, you know what? You're doing this for fun. Your whole life does not revolve around whether or not, it's not like in high school where, it could mean going to prom or not going to prom. It's a different ballgame. So the thing is take a chance, go up and ask. Now, for other folks out there, if you're the one that has somebody coming up and asking you or talking to you, remember, it sucks to have somebody shoot you down. So there's nothing wrong with politely saying, I'm not interested, or just chatting with them. There's nothing wrong with saying you're not interested, but don't be a dick. Don't be a douche. Don't be a twat waffle.
Yes.
Waffly twat, whatever. Don't be an asshole. So, remember that, hey, just because you're friends with people doesn't mean that you have to take and fuck them. It's really weird how that works in this whole thing. It's not required. But just, be cool with each other. That's what it's all about. That was a really good question.
It was.
I like that question.
I will agree.
I don't know if I answered it worth a shit, but I like that question. Would you answer it differently, or does that sound good? As a woman, would it be different? I'll put you on the spot like that.
Because that means I wasn't completely listening to you.
Hey, there's a shock. Guess what? Miss Amanda was only partially listening. That's all right. She was following. It's all right. No worries. That's all good. That's all good. What I love about our feed, the way we have this set up, is that people can still say hi and stuff, and that's awesome. That's what we like to hear. So, okay, so why we have this interlude? Why we have this interlude? See, here's the thing. So you all know I'm new at this, so I'm learning on the mic levels. So, anyways, what other questions? What was one of your questions that you wish somebody would have answered for us when we first got in the lifestyle? Like, can you think of any? Was there anything? I mean, I know we didn't know whether or not. We thought the first meet and greet we went to, we didn't know if it was like.
Are we talking meet and greet or the first couple?
First anything.
Well, the first couple, we didn't know what the hell was going on. Shockaroo. So what is this? Oh, 5 hours of talking. Awesome.
Hey, you got at least to get drinks. You know what? They kept your wine glass full. I got one fucking beer. That was it.
That was so he could get laid, which never happened anyway, so it's all good.
Okay, so since it's our first podcast, we can tell this story. Because this story is fucking awesome. And for those of you who've never heard, this is awesome. So the very first couple that we ever hooked up with, I have to have a cigarette for this. The very first couple we ever hooked up with, I had begged and pleaded for years to get in a lifestyle. And finally, Miss Amanda said, okay, fair enough, we'll try it. You can find somebody, we'll try it. So I found this couple. We didn't realize at the time that they weren't actually together. They told us they were a couple. They were actually two singles that played together.
Women can sense that shit.
Women can. The guy that's begged for 20 years, just so excited because we're going to fuck somebody else. This will be great. So we had no idea what we're doing. We met at their house and his house. And they wanted to sit and chat with us and talk to us about the lifestyle. So for the next 5 hours, 5 fucking hours, I'm not exaggerating, they are yapping at us about the lifestyle. We covered everything you could possibly cover about the lifestyle and then some. The whole time when we first got there, would you like a glass of wine? Miss Amanda was like, sure. They're like, would you like something to drink? So I'll take a beer. Perfect. That was the last time the wait staff came around for me. The rest of the night, they continued to make sure that Miss Amanda's glass was full. She never got.
I didn't have that much because I drank it slowly.
Yeah, but you never saw the bottom of the glass empty, did you?
No.
No, I saw the bottom of the beer can like 22 minutes into it and was parched the rest of the night. So we're sitting there. We finally, all of a sudden, after like 5 hours, we're kind of getting tired by this point in time. They all of a sudden disappear into the kitchen. I will never forget this. And Miss Amanda and I are sitting on their couch just like, what the fuck's going on? What the hell? All of a sudden they come in and they go, well, we've decided we'd like to hook up with you. Why don't you two go in the kitchen and talk amongst yourselves? We're like, what the hell? So we go in the kitchen and our conversation went something like this. So you want to fuck them or what? And Miss Amanda's like, well, I guess we've been here, but she kind of slurs because she's got a little drunk. It's like, yeah, sure, okay. Our conversation took like 30 seconds, if that. So we come out and we go, well, we decided, yeah, we want to do this. That dude moved so fucking fast, you would have thought we were in a tornado. Next thing you know, he's jumping up, he's grabbed a blanket from behind the chair, throwing it down on the floor, putting porn on the TV. She's jumped up to open the curtains because...
He opened the curtains, she turned off the lights and said, well, she's kind of a voyeur. Yeah,
and we're like, we never discussed that shit.
Turning off the lights and opening up the curtains so you can play on the floor does not make you a voyeur.
Yeah, well, little did we know. So, and I mean, it's like we went from 5 hours of talking to 30 seconds. It is down. Let's fuck, kids. We're ready to go. So they start making out with each other. Well, Miss Amanda and I have no idea what to do. We've never done this before. So we're watching them and we're like, we're trying to imitate. We're like playing parrot. We're like trying to make out because they're making out, right? So it's like, okay, well, fuck, man. Within like 3 minutes, they went from making out, she's sucking his dick, Amanda's trying to get my pants off because we're trying to do the same thing they're doing. They're sucking dick, and
She's sucking that dick, not they.
Yeah, she was sucking it. I hadn't hardly got my dick out. I think Amanda got one lick on the lollipop before all of a sudden they were already fucking. I even whispered to Amanda, I'm like, holy fuck, they're already screwing. I thought we were fucking each other people. And the next thing we know, so we're trying to keep up. It was horrible. And I was thirsty because I still had only had one beer. And they have fucked. And I got nervous because I've been waiting 20 years for this. So I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? And it's a whirlwind. And Amanda was finally the one that turned and she said, aren't we supposed to be fucking each other? Like, when we going to switch? They acted surprised. And we're like, what the fuck did we just spend 5 hours talking about? We have no idea. We don't care to know that you're at fucking what you do for a living and how long you live in the house. We're here to fuck. And that's when shit went south. You'd have thought that was the worst part. Nope, not even fucking close. So in the melee, here's a side note, kids. That whole taking one for the team, that doesn't fucking work. She was a nice lady. I was not attracted to her in any way, shape, or form.
I wasn't attracted to him either.
Nope, we weren't attracted to anybody, but I'd waited 20 years and I wasn't going to say shit. This is why one big chance. And the next thing we know, Miss Amanda and the guy, they're in the middle of the floor. Mind you, this is our first time. So I'm trying to watch everything that's going on. And this chick attacks. And it is totally like animals gone wild because she attacked me like a fucking bear. And I'm just kind of like in shell shock a little bit. And for the first time in my life, my dick did not want to get hard. It was as scared as I was. It was absolutely turtled and a half. You know, I know that when a woman touches your penis, it should get hard. But you know what? When someone takes a hold of your penis and acts like they're trying to start a lawnmower, it doesn't work. As she is taking and she is pulling and yanking, and she's saying, I'm sure it'll get up, yank, and it's starting to hurt, and we're kind of, Amanda and the guy in the middle of the floor, and we literally are like wrestling. I didn't know if you'd done anything or not. No. I was getting mauled.
I didn't do anything with them.
We are literally, me and this woman are literally like going around wrestling in a circle around Miss Amanda and this guy, and she's yanking on my dick, and she tries to suck on it. It was like a blender. No one told her no teeth. So between trying to rip it off of my body and trying to gnaw it off, it wasn't getting hard. I know that's hard to believe. And I was scared. And my knees were starting to hurt. And to make it worse, I found the one other thing that will guarantee you not to get a hard-on when you need to. Have the woman start talking to you like your mother. Oh, pat me on the back. Oh, it's okay. How can I help you? Quit talking like my goddamn mom and quit trying to rip my dick off.
God. Oh, that was so funny.
Needless to say, I'm still dealing with the first time you watch your wife have sex with somebody else, it's like, that's hot. But that's my old lady, but it's hot. And if she sneezes, it's like, you never sneeze when we fuck. What the hell? So I'm trying to deal with that. I can't believe my dick hasn't worked. It hurts. My knees are sore. Finally, we stop. Thank God. And I go out to have a cigarette. And the guy comes out and goes, oh, don't worry. It happens to a lot of people on their first time. This had nothing to do with it being my first time. She tried to rip my penis directly off my body. So when we finally left, the whole sex part or whatever lasted, what, Amanda? 40 minutes? It seemed like an eternity for me.
I don't think it was. Well,
it might have been 30 minutes. We didn't leave till 3 a.m, but remind you, we've been there for 5 hours talking first. Mm-hmm. We get in the car, and this is that moment of truth. I turned to Amanda and I said, or Amanda's turned to me and she said, so what did you think? Now, I was at a crossroads. After 20 years of begging and pleading for the opportunity to swing, this will be so hot. I had to look at her, and it's like I lied right through my fucking teeth. I'm like, it was really good. What did you think of it? And she goes, that was fucking erotic.
I said it was erotic as hell.
That's right. And
I was just watching them have sex because we didn't do anything.
No. And away our journey went. It wasn't until what? Maybe 2 years ago. I actually admitted to Amanda that if she would have said that was
last year.
She goes, if she would have said that's horrible, I never wanted to do it again, I would have been totally okay with that. The follow-up to that story is literally the next morning I woke up, both of my knees had massive rug burns on them that would not heal for 2 fucking weeks.
2 weeks my ass. It was like a month.
And they kept texting us going, it was awesome, it was awesome. And we're like, eh. And then I made the ultimate mistake. My pride kicked in. And I'm like, God damn it. I am going to fuck this woman and it is going to work. So we set up to do it again. Let me tell you, FYI kids, for everybody listening, don't do that. I'll give her credit. She found out that I was into Batman, so she did go buy some granny panties, but they had Batman on them. Still didn't make me hard. We went over after I got done officiating a wedding, because I'm an officiant also. And again, I was allowed 1 drink. I did bring a flask this time. I was prepared for these fuckers.
You were.
And the show started again, much like it had before, only much quicker, only to have that, ironically enough, my dick still wasn't going to work with her. Again, she tried to yank it off, and she ran. All of a sudden, she just stopped. Amanda and the guy they're fucking in the middle of the floor. Maybe we should have been in the middle of the floor. Maybe that was the problem. I don't know. And she just jumps up and runs out of the room. And I'm just standing there naked with a flaccid penis, just standing there. And Amanda looks back while she's getting fucked. This should tell you how big this guy was. While she's getting fucked, going, is everything okay? We're like having a conversation. And this guy, he doesn't even care. I'm like, yeah, I think it's all good. She came back in and she goes, okay, I think I'm ready to try this again. And she gave me like 2 yanks. If she'd just given me 1 second before she started them all, she might have had a chance. But it didn't go hard again because my penis was scared and it wanted to run away for safety. And she burst into tears and jumps up and runs out of the room. So now there's some really shitty porn playing on the TV. She's in the kitchen crying. I can hear her. I'm out of booze in my flask. Amanda and the guy are finishing up, and Amanda looks over again and goes, what's going on? I said, I have no fucking idea. And the guy didn't even care. Didn't even notice the guy went screaming out of the room.
They weren't a couple.
They weren't a couple. And so we followed it directly up with, we went out to have a cigarette. When we came back in, she started to put her clothes on, and the guy's like, what are you doing? She goes, I can't do this. I'm so sorry. He's like, no, I'm sure he'll get it up the next time. I'm just giving him a chance. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're gone. Peace out. So there you go. There's Cole and Amanda's first time swinging story. It makes my penis hurt even telling that story. You know that? It really does. Fucker stretchable, but not like Mr. Armstrong stretchable fucking off my body. It was horrible. Yeah, so if you guys have stories like that, let us know. But, hey, we've got another question.
You've got a couple.
Okay, well, tell me some questions.
There was one about, what was left on your bucket list? What's left on your bucket list? And then there's wanting to host a house party. How do you pick the right couples? Okay,
we're going to take those in order. So the house party one was the first one?
The house party was the first one.
Okay, who was our no.
Which name do I use?
Use whichever one.
Well, I know her real name. But she could use a different profile. Lisa.
Okay. All right, Lisa. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us a question. Okay, when it comes to picking the perfect your house party, you're all ready to open your house up because you know what? Nothing says welcome to the neighborhood like a good sex party. So you're all ready to open your house up and you're looking at the guest list. Here's a really big hint that I can give you, okay? First of all, whoever you've decided, whoever you're going to invite, keep the guest list published for the people to tell. Because what you want to avoid is you want to make sure that you don't have, if couple A, you get along with couple A and you get along with couple B, but couple A and B, they hate each other, give people the opportunity to be able to make a nice, easy exit or a decline if they'd like to. But the key with picking the right couples for a house party, make sure that all the couples involved are into similar things. Okay, because look, if you have one couple that is brand new and this is their first time swinging, and you have another couple that's going to bring in like whips and chains and you know, all kinds of like pussy dream catcher devices and shit, you're going to scare the hell out of people. Okay, so you want to make sure that everybody's kind of in the same thing. The other big thing I recommend is don't start too big. Although it's hot as fuck to have 20 couples going at it, if it's your first adventure.
Now the one with the first one we went to that had what, 6?
Mm-hmm. That was a good size.
Well, it was a good size. 6 couples, right? 9 couples. 6 couples, 9 couples.
9 couples.
I don't really remember.
Let's say 8.
We didn't necessarily. There was one couple I did not like, but I stayed away from them. It was the right amount of couples. They showed up way late, and so we just stayed away from them.
There was the right amount of couples that you could easily get as much dick or pussy that you wanted without having to feel obligated to share with other people. So the thing is that's a really good starting point. You start jumping up to 20, 25 couples, man, that turns into a party, and then a big party, and that can get kind of waylaid and kind of big and out of control pretty quick. You need to be a little experienced with that. I hope that helps a little bit. But you know what? Here's the thing. It is your party. Don't ever forget it's your party. So make sure that you invite people that you want to have sex with, because that's always a big key. Just saying. All right. So the next one on there was what is left on my bucket list. Wow.
You have a bucket list?
You know, I don't know that I do. I mean, when we first got into lifestyle, I had the I'll call it the starter kit bucket list. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it. The starter bucket list that had things like, you know, 2 female, you know, male, or female threesome, want to see 2 girls eat each other out. I mean, we had all the things. Look, when you first go to your first time, you first get into the parties and stuff, what ends up happening is that you're amazed at whatever you see. I mean, you know, you see somebody getting a blowjob, and you're just like, whoa, that is the coolest thing ever. After 8 years into it, you're like, oh yeah, she's sucking his dick. You know, that's pretty cool. Some bucket list things, I've crossed some of them off. A sex swing, that was one that was on the bucket list. Sometime we'll have to share that story.
That'd be a good one.
Sex outside, did that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some new kink stuff that I have not thought of yet. So, you know, feel free to email in if you have suggestions or whatnot, and send pictures. Send pictures and we can see what they're on. What's on your bucket list there, Miss Amanda?
I don't have a bucket list.
Blowjobs in parking lots? Yes, no, maybe? Just thought, okay.
Let it drop.
Just thought it out there. All right, so yeah, so we don't have as many anymore. I hope that helps. Oh, hey, here we go. From our good friend Todd. Todd writes in, and he asks, how do you get cum stains out of leather? Well, Todd, the best thing to do is plan ahead. Number one, okay, if you're jacking off, that's why you should have a towel there ready for yourself. No, I'm just kidding. What you need to do is obviously plan ahead. Seriously, though, put a sheet down, and it'll make it easier. But remember, cum will make the leather soft and supple and last long.
Does it leave stains?
Depends what color it is.
The cum?
If
or
a girl,
the couch?
if someone you're playing with is not coming white, you might recommend that they have a doctor. Just hypothetically throwing that out there for you all to take in mind. And hey, for all you ladies, if you're a squirter and you know you're a squirter and you're going to somebody's house party and they don't know you're a squirter, bring appropriate supplies with you.
How about when you're at a hotel party and they use your room? Put fucking towels down on the bed. That was disgusting.
Yeah, hey, here's the deal. If you're at a hotel party and somebody's letting you use their room, and there's 2 beds in their room, one's their sleeping bed, one's their fucking bed, don't squirt in their sleeping bed. It's bad enough sleeping in your own wet spot, let alone having to sleep in somebody else's that you weren't even a part of or part of making. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so we're having some questions about what exactly is a pussy dream catcher. Okay, so the pussy dream catcher, we had the honor, nay, the privilege, of going to a big show in Minneapolis about a month and a half ago, and it was a show that was primarily BDSM type things, and there were also new swingers there. There were some things that were kind of a shock factor. And we had folks with us that are much more knowledgeable in the BDSM than Miss Amanda and I are. And the booth right behind ours, God, I wish we would have taken a picture. I wish we would have bought one. Just
no, you can make one.
Just for the picture to show people, because no one believes us. So everybody take a moment, put on your thinking caps, and imagine, this is like Sesame Street for adults. Imagine, if you will, a pussy. Now, take the lips.
It probably has a different name than pussy catcher.
Oh, probably. I thought you were going to say pussy has a different name. It should be a vagina. But no, you're right. Yeah, it probably does. Now, take said vagina lips. Take and put about 4 hooks on each set of
hooks. They were
clamps.
They were clothespins.
Oh, yeah, clothespins. Take 4 clothespins on each set of lips, and then spread it wide open, and it's got a circle around it.
You called it what? Alien?
I call it looked like Alien. It looked like Alien, or like Predator when he takes his mask off and his teeth and stuff. Look, here's the deal. If you are brave enough to stick your dick in anything that has that sort of contraption around it, you are a better man than I am. Because if that snaps closed, you are losing your penis. You are losing your penis. There was a gal there, super nice gal. She's very much in the lifestyle, and she even said into the BDSM lifestyle, and even she said it scared her. That's saying something.
It was more frightening. They had pictures of it.
Yeah, right. No, what was more frightening was I saw at least 3 people buy them.
Ew, really?
Yep, they were. So you know what? No kink shaming. Hey, whatever you're into, it's whatever works. I just got to look for the sound guy.
Because you smacked the table.
I did. Okay, so we have a question of, is there a schedule for the podcast that we're going to do? The podcast will be going out once a week. We will be releasing when the podcasts are going out. We'll be advertising that all over. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, we do have a large Facebook page that we'll be advertising on, and other places as well. So we will make sure we get that out. But we'll have these open so people can always call them, because it's a great way. So the first week of June, right?
Once a week.
Once a week, yeah, there'll be once a week. See, this is why we have good technical people. They keep us on task. Wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how are we doing over there?
Fine.
Yeah, dude, this is kind of fun. We're helping people. Look at us help people. One story at a time.
You're just entertainment.
God. Oh.
Nothing beats that first story.
I don't know. The fact that the follow-up story was right after I left a wedding, right after I officiated a wedding. See, I kind of have that thing. We do that a lot. You're going to find, as you listen up to our podcast, lots of our stories could include right after I officiated a wedding. Because there's nothing quite like going and talking to a couple in front of their family and friends and in a church, and about the sanctity of marriage, and to forsake all others, and then headed off somewhere to go have sex with random couples. I can't even say that shit with a straight face.
We haven't done that for a while.
No, we haven't. I haven't officiated a wedding for a while.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've had sex with other couples, but we haven't done that as much as we like. It's not easy. That's okay. That's all good. Let's see. What other what else do you want to say? I'm doing all the talking. That's weird.
It's your show. I'm just the background. The peanut gallery.
Everybody,
I need peanuts to throw at you.
It's my world. Everybody else is just living in it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, don't let her fool you. Ooh, we'll need to edit that out. Don't let her fool you. But Miss Amanda is a key to this whole thing. So she's actually the pretty part of us. This is what's great about podcasts. They can't see me.
They can't see me either.
No, but you sound sexy. You sound sexier than I do. I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll go with it.
God. All right. So.
It's empty.
Okay, perfect. One of the things we always have to do here, I answer questions better when I'm smoking. It helps me stay focused as well, maybe. There we go. All right. So.
I like this. It's like a little.
For future shows too, I want to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out here for future shows and say, if you have questions for us tonight. Obviously, it's been primarily about the lifestyle. We are open to answer any questions that you want. Relationship questions, I don't care. You want to talk about businesses, I don't care. You want to talk, I don't give a fuck what you want to talk about. I have opinions on almost everything.
You have opinions?
I have opinions. Hard knowledge opinions. And I truly actually believe that people want to hear what the hell I have to say.
A lot of them do.
They can't stop me on this. That's what's so awesome. So, we'll answer stuff about anything, whether it's lifestyle or not, and obviously lifestyle all the way through. Okay. All right. So again, the technical. I'm sorry. Got me some slack here. The technical guy is telling me we're at 50. We're going to 50. We're going to 50. Okay. So the technical guy's helping me out here. Again, first podcast, so we're still learning. I'd go all night long if they'd let me. We do a 10-hour fucking podcast. So we're closing up here in about the last. I don't know. I'd say probably 5 minutes or so. So feel free to get your questions into us, and we will happily answer any questions for you, or tell you a lovely antidote, whatever works. Anecdote. Anecdote. See, not only is my technical guy, he's also my speech coach. So it works out pretty good. Is there anything that I've missed that I should tell people about us or anything else? Probably, maybe. So.
What's something you wish somebody would have told you when you started?
Oh boy. The biggest thing that I really wish someone would have told me when we were gonna do this, and when I was so adamant about pushing and begging to do this. I can't stress it enough. Look, as hot as the lifestyle is, and it is, it's hot. You cannot mentally prepare yourself for what all you're going to feel the first time you guys hook up as a couple. You're just not. Because here's the deal. Everybody thinks that it's like, the pizza guy rings the doorbell, bow, chicka, bow, wow, and next thing you know, and he's hot, and everybody's hot, and sexy, and it's all this. No, that's not the way it works. And the reality is in your mind, you've pictured a million fucking times how hot it is going to be when you're to watch your wife have sex with somebody else. And then it happens. And then the first thing that starts happening is, like I use the example of she sneezes. And you go, she never fucking sneezes when we have sex. What the hell? Or she makes some weird noise. Or she moves a little bit different. Or maybe the guy's dick is a little bit bigger than yours. And all of a sudden, you are going to deal with self-doubt. I wish someone would have said, you're going to have you're going to have times it's going to be hot, but it's going to be different. And oh my God, if you don't fucking communicate, if you don't talk and say, hey, that was okay, or why did you do this? How many times did I ask you questions, man? Why did you make this sound? I mean, did you hear that more than once?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. you know, and you have to ask, because if you don't ask those questions, what happens is it will sit there and gnaw at you in the back of your mind. And we have seen through the years, we have seen couples that have went through this, and those type of couples, and if you don't communicate, you become victims of the lifestyle, or you don't ever go back again at all. So the communication and just the fact that it's going to be hot, but be prepared. I really wish that somebody would have been able to tell us that part of it. And I wish somebody also would have mentioned the fact that, you know what, we figured it out on our own. When we go hook up with another couple, the very first thing we do when we come back, we have some of the greatest sex ever. I call it marking my territory. Amanda won't let me pee on her, so we just fucking sit. I call it marking my territory. And she does the same thing. And so you reconnect as to what's really important. What is it all about? Okay, yeah, fucking that person was awesome because it was different and it was strange. It was a strange pussy. It was strange dick. It was new. But it's not the same as when you come back and you fuck together. And I got to tell you, that's going to be like my it's because we're running out of time, but that's the biggest thing I want to stress to everybody out there. Listen, look, don't forget why you're in the lifestyle. You're in the lifestyle for fun. It's not a replacement. And the thing is that, man, when you come home after that, talk about it. Communicate with each other. Talk about all the good parts. Talk about all the bad parts. Reconnect. If your way to reconnect is to pee on each other, whatever. But have sex or have a date night or whatever it is you need to do. But don't ever lose being grounded at home, because if you do, then it just won't be as much fun. So there you go. How was that? Do you love me more? All right, kids. So here's the deal. We love you all. We appreciate you so much for listening to our podcast. You know what? Again, check us out. We're going to be here every single week. You're going to be able to tune in. We'll answer your questions. We'll talk to you we'll give you our opinions, our views, whether you like them or whether you don't. And so, it's starting, and these are going to be starting June, the first week of June. These will be out. So we'll be recording. Again, we can't wait to hear more of your questions. And, oh, yeah, so I need to give you my email. First day. We need to have signs. Actually, you need to make signs. Okay, so our email is Krazy, KRAZY.Kasbh, KASBH @gmail.com. Again, Krazy with a K, Kasbh, KASBH @gmail.com. Send us your emails with all your questions. We'll read them on the air. We will, if you don't want your name, put anonymous. Otherwise, we're going to say your first name. And, yeah, we look forward to hearing from all of you.
Watch out for posts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And for those of you that are Krazy Kasbhs currently and you're on our website, which is growing as awesome, if you want to become a member of Krazy Kasbh, let us know. But if you are a Krazy Kasbh, watch the what the fuck is it? The website. Watch the page. We'll be putting posts for future events just like we're doing now, and all of the updated information on how to listen to our podcasts. And for call-ins. Because the next show, we are going to be taking live call-ins. You'll be able to call in to Krazy Kasbh. So, until next week, I'm going to continue to do it the only way I know how and the only way I want to, Kasbh style, out.
Night, y'all.
How do you shut the camera off? For you guys that are still here, I'm still here because I don't know how to shut the camera off. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. We will be live again Tuesday night, regular Tuesday Night Live, no headsets. Talk to you soon. Kasbh out, kids.